All right, guys, you know what this means? It means that it's hot as balls out here in Sacramento, so the clock is ticking. Let's get this done. Hey, what's good, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today, we got a detailed look and review on what could be one of the best basketball shoes of 2023. This, my friends, is the Nike KD 16. These guys feel really awesome, but they've changed some things, so some people are not gonna like this. I do have like, I don't know what you would call it, like I guess just speculation or just like curiosity as to why maybe they did implement what they did in here. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the outsole. We have the same graphic that was on the box lid on the outsole here, and I really don't know what this is supposed to be pointing towards outside of their gears. I don't know if he's got like some sort of affinity with watches or clocks or whatever, or maybe it's something else entirely. Maybe it means that, you know, the clock is ticking on his career. I'm not sure.
That's what I was thinking.
Hey, I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know why they would do that to him. Sounds pretty shady if you ask me, so I don't think it's that. I'm just joking around. But when I took these out onto our little stage and everything that does have a legit basketball hardwood floor on it, the traction felt mad grippy, and it's probably because everything here is multi-directional by nature. You got a bunch of circles everywhere. They just kind of grip the floor no matter which direction that you're moving. You even have additional coverage on the outsides and everything, kind of like a Kyrie. They actually remind me a lot of a Kyrie. If you look at the wide base and they're rounded and everything. They're not super rounded, but they're rounded enough so that you can freely maneuver on the court. I am curious about outdoors though, because the rubber actually feels pretty firm, believe it or not, which is rare, especially nowadays for Nike, but it is shallow at the same time. So if you're expecting them to last a long time outdoors, I probably wouldn't. However, like usual, if you grab a pair of these from overseas, the overseas pairs always have XDR rubber equipped. So if you wanted something that was maybe just a little bit more durable, it's not gonna be a lot more durable, but just a little bit, then wait till they sell them on like eBay or whatever. You can get them from ID for Shoes or whichever online retailer from overseas that sells on like a platform that'll send them everywhere. And that's pretty much what to do. Now the cushion is the big change up. It's one of those things where I don't know if people are gonna love this or hate this. It'll be interesting to find out. They do feel really comfortable, so I'll tell you that right now, but it's definitely not what I was used to. I think it was the KD 12s started with the Zoom Strobel, with the full length thing. Amazing, I loved it. And I've loved it in every model that they've ever used it in since. It's probably one of my favorite cushioning systems. Zoom Air in general is one of my favorites, or if not my favorite. I do think the Zoom Air is like, at least when it's done right. And these guys right here, they have Zoom Air in it, but maybe not the kind that you want. It's definitely not full length and it's not a Zoom Strobel. So what they did here is they do have a Strobel unit, but it's an air sole unit. When you take out the insole, you can actually see it. And then it's the forefoot that actually has the Zoom Air unit. However, it's covered up with an actual Strobel. And so I can't see what the style of Zoom unit is in there. But what I believe is in there, based off of me flexing the shit out of it and trying to like feel the shape around it, I believe it's a rectangle Zoom, which that's a bummer. I will say though, again, very comfortable shoe. So even though it's a rectangle Zoom unit, doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that it's isolated. So it's only really gonna be right here and everything. However, I could be wrong. So if I am wrong, that sucks, but it happens sometimes. But anyways, that's what I feel, or at least that's what I think I'm feeling in there and stuff. I can only do what I could do without cutting the damn shoe in half and stuff. And if I do that, then we can't test it and it sucks.
That's not this channel.
No, that's Foot Dr. Zach. So if you wanna check that out, I'm sure that he'll grab a pair soon. He'll cut them in half, and then we'll for sure know what's in there. In addition to that though, there is this red layer right here, which you can see through the outsole and everything. You got two foam layers, it looks like, one of which is the dark maroon, which you can again see in the heel, but that bright red up there, I don't know what it is exactly. My guess would be Cushlon, possibly React, but I think that if it was React, they would note that on the shoe somewhere. So on the forefoot right here, it actually says Air Zoom, like engraved into the rubber. So yeah, it looks like there's at least two different styles of cushion in the forefoot. Then the rest of the midsole, I don't know what it is. If I was to guess, Phylon, but what I'm hoping for is Cushlon. I don't know why they would do two different layers of Cushlon if it was. That's what I'm saying. I'm not exactly sure, but those are my guesses, is that maybe Cushlon in the forefoot underneath the Zoom, and then the actual midsole itself would be Phylon. But again, very comfortable shoe, and I know that some people might be disappointed in the change up within the cushion, especially since the KD line's been so consistent since the 12. However, I do believe that one of the reasons maybe that they've done this is a callback to the shoe that this kind of looks like. Do you see anything in this? It's one of my favorite shoes ever, and I know that's a long list.
Hint?
Do you believe in magic?
A shack.
No, but good job.
Thanks.
I'll give her a half a star.
Half out of how many?
1 whole star. Instead of giving you a full star sticker, I'm giving you a half a sticker. You were kind of right.
I know, I just didn't want it to be like, you got half a star out of 5.
No, no, not like that.
Okay.
I was gonna give you a sticker. I'm only giving you half.
Oh, I got it. It's the Pippin 2s.
Pippin.
No, let me take it back. Hold on. It's the Penny 2s.
That's correct. You still only get half a star. I might take that and make it a quarter because you called Penny Pippin.
No, I'm gonna take that out so it looks like I got it right.
No, you gotta leave your up in. You can't take out your but leave all my ups in here. You don't do that. So anyways, these look very similar. I would say not very similar. They look loosely similar to the Penny 2s, in my opinion at least. I think that if they were to color them like this, they would look like a modern version of this shoe. And this shoe and the heel, obviously Air Max and the forefoot Zoom Air. So maybe, just maybe, that's what they were doing. And by the way, this is the insole. It's not the best insole, but it is kind of fluffy. So again, they're very comfortable, but if you needed something more, you can always take it out and put in a move-in sole or any insole that you want, or an orthotic and all that stuff. So whatever it is that you use, just remove the insole, you'll be good to go. Another little callback, by the way, to the Penny 2s is that this piping is all reflective, bro. Check it out. Now the upper on these guys are fully synthetic. They even come with a little sticker that says all of the leather on here is synthetic leather. It doesn't feel like leather, by the way. It feels like they tried to make it like nubuck, but it's not. It feels kind of like vinyl-y, like plastic and stuff. It is an actual material. It's not heat welded on there, but yeah, that's just what it is. So if you're a vegan sneakerhead or a vegan hooper, this could be a good option for you. If you're not and you want leather, obviously, then you're probably going to be disappointed. I don't think most people will be, just because, I mean, with most of these KDs lately, we've been getting synthetics for a long time. They've either been textiles or fuses or a mixture of both. So pretty much same thing here. It's just different, you know, design package. Speaking of textiles though, that is the internal system right there. It is nice, lightweight, it's breathable. It also flexes really well. So all of the creases that you see on this guy right here, that's from just me like flexing them over there on the stage and just kind of seeing how they maneuver, and they feel really good. So I'm hoping that this is, at the end of the year, one of the best basketball shoes that they've released. I don't see why they wouldn't be, just because the KDs have been every year damn near since the 12s. It's just one of the greatest shoes or shoe lines that they have right now.
That's high praise.
The tongue material is really interesting. It reminds me of Nike's Torch material, the stuff that we'd see on the Kobe 5s and 6. However, it's not all the way like breathable and everything like that, despite the really large ventilation holes. There is the lining that's in the back right here, and it does block it a little bit, but it's still very airy and everything, so it's still gonna do its job. The only real layer after that whole cutout is the internal lining, so it's gonna do its job either way. I do wish that it was a full-on like hole and everything like that, just because it would have been a little bit cooler. But I think that most people are still gonna dig it. The few support features that are on here, obviously the lateral wing right there, very reminiscent of the Penny 2s. It was the same exact type of situation there where that was a lateral support system as well. I spoke about it earlier, but the base is very wide. It's even wide on the medial side right here at the forefoot. The internal heel counter feels pretty good. And then at the base right here, you actually have a shank plate. It doesn't feel substantial, but it feels like it's gonna be good enough for most people. Now, as far as the fit is concerned, they do fit true to size, but it's a very snug true to size. So just be warned. Some people may want to go up half a size while trying these on in store. However, I would just be careful if that's you, because then you might get some heel slipping and things like that. Usually if your shoes don't fit you properly, that's when you get the heel slip and stuff like that. But sound off below and let us know what you think about these down below in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I forgot to say earlier, but we actually just shipped out all of our pre-orders for this shirt right here, the Since Apparel Since 85, and we did make a little bit of extra ones. They are on the site right now, and the only ones that are up there are it. So once those are gone, they're gone. I think there's like less than 50 left.
Shut up and take my money.
But with that being said, we'll catch you guys on the next one. So until then, have a good one.